Ah, hello. Now it should work. Yes, it's me. Me hello. How are you doing? Snakes survived trade day? Yes, barely though. Okay, so here's the deal of train day. I woke up at 4 a.m. Nothing big. Like, I've had worse for work. I get paid for this. I don't mind waking up early if it means more money. Technically, it doesn't mean more money. It means hours. Like, you know? I don't get paid more. But I can take days off for this kind of shit. Or, in my current case, make up for days I have taken off even though I shouldn't have. But that's a different story. Okay, so I woke up at 4, and then I got on the train at about 5, and everything to the convention went extremely smoothly. I mean, I had an hour of just being at the train station anyway, because of how I planned my trip. So I didn't run into any issues with, like, being at the station for too long, that kind of stuff. Then I was at the convention. Everything is good, everything's fine. Convention went great. I met a lot of very nice people on the convention. And then came the trip back home. And the train from the convention to the first stop had 15 minutes of delay. Which meant that I missed my connecting train at the first stop. And the only train that went from the first stop to where I live came an hour later. The only upside of Train Adventure Day, except for that counting as a work hour, is the very lovely old lady that I helped get her stuff. Like, we tried to run from the train to the connecting train because she happened to get onto the same train as me, you know? And I picked up her heavy, like, suitcase and ran with it across the train station, up one staircase, down the other. And we still missed the train. But at least we got to hang out together and talk a bit. So at least I had very nice company. She was a very nice old lady. And I mean, very thankful after I offered to help her get her train. But yeah, we then just enjoyed an hour of just train station time together. And then I got home. And then about an hour after getting home, everything started to hurt. But I'm fine now. Yeah, that is the story of Train Day. train day law. Yes. Okay. Anyway, it is indeed time to obtain more quest. Not the molten. No. Okay. I have poked a hole into my boba. Let's go. Say, friend, there's something at last I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the selves of Little Solace. This Azema Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of the tribal's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. Bobais. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them until their strength has returned. We must lend them ours to keep the woods safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together. And the trolls would with us. The gift I ask you to bear as a symbol of the hope that both the Gridanians and sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Okay. So, more updates. Face captured model update. I have like an internal struggle regarding that right now. So CPU capture definitely isn't working. CPU, like webcam-based capture using my computer CPU. The AI model they use for it, and it does use an AI model for face feature detection. It's not just a simple algorithm. Running that for like 10 to 30 frames every second is CPU intensive. And the more other things I do on my computer, the less good the tracking becomes. And it like fills up my CPU, and half of my stuff stops working. So that's not an option. Also, getting a better CPU won't do a lot, because the performance difference between my CPU and the current best CPU for this socket on the market is a whopping 15% better. It's not the CPU. It's the fact that I am using my CPU. Again, imagine running an AI model every 10th of a second to detect facial features in someone's face. A gift from Walking on Buscaron. A gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking on Buscaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. I don't think this is better. Yeah, no, it isn't. I'm forced to take this, I guess. This one wishes to thank the Adventuring One. Adventuring One saved the Elder One. But this one, I must ask for a favor first. Will Adventuring One bring 3 bottles of fresh blood? It's a morbid favor, this one knows. But must have fresh blood from vile ones known as Digigas. Gigas? I don't feel comfortable saying this. There's a word. Here, Adventuring One, take blood bottles. Use it almost dead vile ones to take fresh blood. Blood. It's DJIGGA. No. No, thank you. This is actually a side quest. I'm stupid. Abandon. No. That was my boba. It's not that I don't want to do side quests. It's that it is wasting XP to do side quests on this level. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches oh wait, no, that's Kumuxio. This one fetches Elder One. There he is. Hello. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. There you are, Rain. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring-do. Well done. Papa Limo. The Walking Ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind me asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as the Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely. The Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Could that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the great nation of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seatseer. Tick. This one sees. So Walking Ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramuh. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord Levin a lot of Levin but once. Yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. It's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends. They don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seatseer wrote you. This one well knows the respect Horned One Kane Senna. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramuh to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against one's wishes, Lord Ramuh was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. This one fled to Little Solace, with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramuh. But Walking Ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramuh. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramuh is not callous and cruel. So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, Walking Ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with Walking Ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramuh's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile toward trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylphs' desire for reconciliation. Another quality traditionally associated with Ramuh. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold. A timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that their Sylphs and the Sylphs are that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One, Kane Senna. I keep reading Honored One, that's not what it says. Oh my god. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramuh to rest. That Sylph's elder very reasonable. The Sylph's elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize a reason if it punched her in the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands. Tell me and Ophelia all about it. Fear not. We'll be sure to mention the instrumental part that you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate if you would deliver the Phrixio's missive to Ada's Nest. Elder Phrixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It's been an honor. Bye, Phrixio. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Bye, Ida. Bye, Papa Limo. Please wait, Walking One Rain. My name. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. And this one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these one's trust. The third crystal, and this one was basically for free. We didn't even have to kill Ramu for it. Or Ramu? Ram. That is. Okay, we have water and fire and thunder. Huh. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to be to watch touched ones. So long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. Please, these ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for touched ones. Yeah. So, the special case about primals, as has been already kind of established when we talked about Ifrit, is if you summon a primal, you become what is called tempered. If you are tempered, you are completely devout to the primal and obey its every command. The thing with Ramu, however, is that he's not interested, unlike other primals, to increase his power. All he wants to do is protect the forest, the ancient homeland of the sylphs. So as long as nobody trespasses, they are not attacked. And the sylphs will never forcibly abduct anyone who isn't a sylph and make them become tempered, like what happened with the traitor and the soldiers when we were in Ifrit's arena. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. But yeah, unlike every other primal that is known, which is why this is such a big crisis, all other primals that have been summoned in Eorzea so far have always looked to further their power, become more powerful, temper everyone, become as gods. But Ramu is just like, I want to protect my babies. Ramu's very nice, like, for a primal. He also, apparently, he does not draw any more ether from the land than what was used to summon him. Which is also something primals usually do, which is another reason why they are such a big threat. They suck the literal life out of the world. There's an area in the game that we will come to know much later in Stormblood. That is this part right here. This is a completely blank wasteland filled with nothing but white sand. And the reason for that is because all ether has been drained from it. And once that happens, the land is just lost. It also appears to not return to its original state. And we know this because the primal summoned there has been long defeated. And it's still a desert. Hello. If it isn't rain. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? Good, I have letter. Tick. A missive from the Sylphs Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramuh. And as long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seats here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Pray return to the Viking sands. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seatsia to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the science of the seventh dawn not offered to meditate between our people, suspicion and doubt may well have led us to a needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello? Hello, Rain! Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia! I don't know. Ida and Papalima returned to some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Wait. Oh, yeah, sure. Making sense. I'm stupid. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Rain. Lady Minfilia waits with you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolve bespeaks the permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am very well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How first the investigation? Well enough, thank you for sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. The purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Odyssey quite well? I feel as if I've scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't? Nor have I, alas. Odyssey has chosen to walk her own path. Stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. On that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. Yellow. It's good to see you again, Rain. Hello. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on triumph at the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Science proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. Who's next? The Sargin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. But the Sargin remain as aggressive as ever. They lack the quantity of crystal required to call forth their god. As with the sylphs, we can leave them be for now. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict that with any certainty, when next the primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend upon it. Indeed, so then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania. Wait, I mean Garuda. This is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many miles to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for some more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You've earned it. Respite? I have no idea how that word is pronounced. Respite. There's something else, Rain. Is there something else, Rain? Beg pardon? A man named La Brea spotted a red mask and robed in black. 12 Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ashians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off the veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all that we can of him and his designs. Add dread to the... Eh? Tataru! Sylph in Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one rain. This one's most dependable of these ones. This one is the most dependable of these ones. Is sent by Elder One Phrixia to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Enter here. There we go. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fright. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Rain, drawn to the hope that shines within you. It appears as though I have accidentally started a different game when I tabbed out to check something. Ah well. No, shut it. Shut up! I want to close you. Yeesh. Yet a darkness, something. Back from the wood, I've returned. Okay, 24, yay. This takes forever. I'm afraid there's no rest for the weary, Rain. We must delve further into the motivations of this masked man, the Ashian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ashians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that wrecks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Uldar to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave fully to your discretion. Holy? I don't know. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Rain. Okay. Move. The masked man. The masked man? Ah, you come on behalf of the Silence, of course. Yes, as we've relayed to Milady Midfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A breastplate stationed at High Bridge described him in detail. When he alerted us to suspicious activity, I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kirin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may very well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always staffed for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man. I'm sure of one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, maybe you can learn a thing or two, eh? When the Order of Northal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub of pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastmen raids, folk got too afraid to come within a Malmeth here. I sold everything I owed to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Running won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man, blah blah. I clicked too early. Something about masked people. Hello. Oh, the trial of a masked man? I have heard of him, but only in a hushed tone and faint whispers. It says he wears a black hooded robe and looks red suspicious. And that's all about I can say. Little though it is. What? He looks sus. That is, literally worthless. Thank you. Boop. Ever seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Hybrid the wide berth because of all the Kirin raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Oh no! Yes. Sus. I have heard tell of the Mess Devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchant at the moment. The Kirin raids are so constant and so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I finally got some honest-to-goodness information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll minding my own business when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over Thal's respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man? Prove it. Standing by a fire. And for answer, some Kirin appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far off earshot to hear much of anything. After some group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use the smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information? Even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Yeah. I honestly don't remember this part of the story. I have no idea what we're doing right now. It's not new, I just forgot. Why am I here? I have no clue. Destination. Smoldering coal. Armagerd? Zombies? What do you mean zombies? Die. I have successfully burned the zombie to death. Weird. Zombies. Huh. Here we are. Back so soon. Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? The scroll. It bears a prey to Rolga the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rolga is a guardian of deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Gallian rule. It is highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him, and wager my last guild that your asylum was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Alamigan bandit you had run in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should turn toward Alamigo, a little Alamigo over in southern Thunderland. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination of those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizen are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not so warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much of a help she will be, but it just happens I have a daughter who is relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Sihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while. Call some friends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Whatever it is. Bye. Oh no. Okay, so the best port would probably be this. Oh no, actually it would be Ul'dah. Over to the steps of Nold, then leave it there. Which would be much souther than the alternative. Do I have an Ethernet in the other one? You do. I do. I do have a good one too. This one. Perfect. Yes. Perfect indeed. Good. Let's go. Ah, level 25. Amazing. We've already finished half of it. Pog. I'm like 8 levels ahead of the main story. What is this? Ah. And the constant influx of more XP is not helping with that. Hello. Why, yes, he is my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother with my family matters. But I'm grateful for your delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Hello.
Who are you? State your business, and be quick about it.
Not quite the good.
Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You're not welcome here. Begone.
No, I don't have this. I don't have the kind of voice that I think he has in me.
Frustrated as they are, the young ones here will... The young ones here will give you a quarrel simply for want of something to do. All it takes is a stray graze. Watch yourself.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Well met, adventurer. I'm Gilsibet. Head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to the hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men, and I can't get so much as a word of thanks out of them. Despite watching the place day and night. But, thanks or no, I try to help my fellow men where I can. And you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trade of the masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds so familiar, but I have a man on lookout for Amalja, to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet thunderland teas to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Amalja, you say? Behemoth. I am not in the right direction. Need to go over there. I was going somewhere completely different. Down. Who the hell's are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone.
Have tea.
Well, ain't you considerate? No thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees like as not. Me compatriots as live here go on as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis the impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they are all up to no good.
Hello.
You there? Are you Namalja? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. A masked man? Don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 forms tall, and he's has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mama's fart.
Let me up. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, then blame me you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I got a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol.
Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not with the mask and the robe. But assuming it was a he was talking to some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. If that was La Habrea, let's hope that the other Megans here aren't into primal summoning. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts out ought to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you need to keep that to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Oh no. But I'm a trustworthy noodle. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. The best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Colin does the talking and all that, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible. A common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Minfilia! I need something to drink. BRB. Drink obtained.
Minfilia.
Welcome back, Rain. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it's little wonder that Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow men. They have seen their homeland taken from them. And from the past 2 decades, have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease these hardships? I fear that nothing short of claiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there's an Alamegan native among the science. I should be pleased to introduce him to you.
Oh. Character introduction.
That's a level 31 item. Damn. Yeah, no, I'm keeping that. Your Alamegan comrade is named Haribert. He joined the cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no efforts towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Haribert is currently between missions, trying to look for him in, try looking for him in the storage area.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't do that? You know, Kakuin? Like... Who wouldn't, just hang out in storage between tasks? I do that all the time. Like, you know, I don't have any pressing tasks to do at work. I just go to the storage area because there's apparently tables with wine on them in here. Who the fuck are you? I am not joking. I have no idea who this is. He isn't new. Like, I can vouch with 100% certainty they haven't touched any quest until level 50. The content has been exactly the same quests for 8 years. I have no idea who that is. That must be one of the most inconsequential NPCs ever introduced to anyone. I even remembered the fucking merchant at the bridge that we just went to. And I don't know who this is. That isn't Rain Umbria, the science rising star. Is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo? That's a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Science. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains the ever same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she's the resident of Quarrymill. Quarrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. I have figured out why I don't know who this is. He is literally the most inconsequential NPC I've ever laid eyes on. Holy shit. Wait, is that open? That would be the most insane travel, if that is open. Hold up. Just fucking... Whom Megalul? Who is that? Who was that? Okay, so... I don't fucking know. One gift sub says we never see him again. I'm willing to bet one gift sub that we never see this character ever again. I do have $4. Okay, let me at least hedge my bet to say outside of this arc. Like, I don't want to gift a sub. I don't want to bet one gift sub and then the next thing we do after talking to Albreda is go right back to him. I mean, like, outside of this specific arc, we will not see him again. Like, once we are done with the whole Little Alamigo investigation, he will be literally inconsequential to the remainder of the story. I'm still betting that one NPC will never show up in what is about 300 hours of story, except for in this one short part of it, which I think is a good bet. Hey, you want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ah, why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. The person that I'll never see again. Haribert sent you? Ah, that worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me a favor? Simply incredible. I realize Haribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man. And if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefrid, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Mefrid, I remember. Hi, Mefrid. You are a. If there was a third of them, I'd say Pillar Man, but there's only two. The camera. This angle is perfect. I'm Mefrid, a proud man of Alamigan resistance. What voice would I use? What business do you have with me, adventurer? There's a third! The Pillar Men have united! What is this? He's Jojo posing! Look at this! What is that pose? What is this? No! I need to fucking screen cap this. Holy shit. Ah. When the men are pillar. Just fucking... I just post this to Discord too. This is beautiful. Captain, that's Galleon, sir. His wound has gone festered and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God damn it! I asked the villagers for aid and got on my knees and begged,
but they refuse to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These quarry-mill cravens wouldn't turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone in the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try.
When the men are pillar, what is this? Ah! What the fuck?
One of Medford's been shape. I'm sorry, but that's not I can do. I want to help, truly I do, but they're my countrymen after all. But that mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know the terrible things being I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident hero. If you can take the matters to her, might be as she'll listen. Though I wouldn't get my hopes up.
There's a suspicious amount of people talking to this NPC. Might he be important? There's also this random Pajal. Do you think, Kakin, that mayhaps there might be content in this very corner of this beautiful world that is inaccessible to me yet, because I am of a level too low to partake? Also, I haven't found the fucking quest for it. Who would know?
You wish to aid the Alamegans. You're possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast of a man grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though as it may seem, they do not have leave or receive to receive the wood's bounty. Ever it has been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be.
That's how it is to be then. The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on the bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Killing him softly. I led my men into Quarrymill, hoping to find refuge. A refuge. Instead we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is some of my mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. Stander? As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us. So I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your dead. Screw you, elementals of the forest. Also, screw you, random antelope. Die. Die. Such deforestation. Die. 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 Oh, sad. Die. 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 Death. Hello. Die. Dieth. Die you shall. Nice. There's two more over there. Move. Schmove. Die. Murder. Oh, by the way, did you hear, Kakuin, that train in Germany has become very chaotic on the 1st of June. Because of new legislation in the tax code, which will tax like electric companies more and will tax gas prices more. Basically, an all-around higher energy tax is being put in place, and to alleviate all of this, our government has created an aid package. It consists of two things that concern me personally, but there's also a few things in here to help tide over small businesses and all that kind of stuff. Every person who is employed will receive 300 euros with this month's wages that can be taxed. The reason why they can be taxed is because our government wants to help people who have low income more than they want to help people who already make a lot of money. So this 300 euro bonus is taxable so that people who already make a lot of money will get less of it, and more of it will just flow back to the state. Making a taxable bonus payout to all employees is a pretty good way to actually scale the payout by income and make sure that the poorest people get the most money. Because everything else is taxes. It goes back to the state anyway. They just pay it back right to themselves, basically. And the other part is this month, next month, and August, you can buy not just a train, but public transit ticket. This ticket is viable for the entire month it was purchased in. So, calendar month, not 30 days. It is 9 euros. And it is valid for infinite rides on any public transit in all of Germany, regardless of where you live. I could go, as long as I confined myself to public trains that don't have an upcharge, like intercity express trains. They cost more, and they aren't included because the cost of operating them is so much higher that they cannot be included in this care package. They would be too expensive. But regional trains and regional express trains, which are still fairly fast, are in this ticket. I could drive to Berlin if I wanted to, if I really was in for an 8-hour train ride, and just go there for $9. And I could do it every day for $9 total for all of June. And yeah, a lot of people have this ticket, and the train network is slightly overloaded. 90% of the delays that we experienced this month are going to be because the train cannot drive into the station, because the train that is occupying the station that before it hasn't left yet, because people are still trying to board it. The boarding time for bigger stations has about tripled since the ticket was made available, because everybody got it and people are using it. Especially people who usually cannot afford train rides are riding trains now, which is so good. Also, people who can afford train rides but just wouldn't because they had a car are using public transit now more too because of the ticket. Because the travel time for them isn't like that much longer, and it's cheaper because they don't have to pay for gas, which in turn is very good for the planet. More people riding public transit means less gasoline being burned to get one person in a massive metal box from one point to another. It's great. This is probably the best thing, and I'm so sad it's going to be only for 3 months. Imagine they did this, like, forever. Imagine to use any public transit in all of Germany, all you had to do is pay 9 euros that month and you'd be good. That would be so cool. But I don't think our public transit network could take it in its current state. I wouldn't mind though, like even if it wasn't 9 euros, even if it was 20, if the ticket was truly good for all of Germany, I'd be so stoked. Because I just buy that shit. I could visit my parents every week. Heck, I can visit my parents every weekend right now. Because I have it. I have the 9 euro ticket. I can just go there if I want to. And if they had time this weekend, they don't. But yeah, it's cool. Anyhow, let's proceed. I mean, this is basically not only marginally worse than what Luxembourg is going on. Luxembourg is a very small country, truth be told in this case, but public transit in Luxembourg is free. Again, they are a very small country, so they don't have a lot of public transit, but it being free is pretty cool. You can just board a bus. Done. You have boarded a bus. You are now going to a place. Enjoy. You're back. Tell me, you've got 4 horns with you. I do. Enjoy. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralga, there's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have tools to make medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him to have them ground down. When that's done, bring me the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Buscaron! But yeah, like this is such a good thing to at least have even for 3 months. Especially seeing how trade rides right now range from any price between 20 and 60 euros for a single trip, which is more. It's more than 9 per month for any number of trips. Yeah, I wish I hope our government sees the potential of this and actually will start to subsidize ticket prices. They are already subsidizing network expansion. Like, if say a local bus company wants to expand their bus service to a nearby village, but they need to buy buses and employ drivers to do so, our government will give them a certain amount of money for that. I wish that our government would start to subsidize ticket prices. Like, specifically, if the ticket price is below number X, we will pay you the difference or something. Like, that kind of deal would be amazing. I know it would cost a lot of money, and you'd need to somehow plan the budget for this. You'd need to talk to the bigger service providers, and you need to figure out how much that would actually run the government yearly to plan it into the tax budget. But if that is in any way possible, I hope they do it. Because public transit being cheaper is such a huge deal that I pray that they do this. That they go through the effort of figuring it out. Make transportation affordable. Please. And then you can tax gas price all you want. Like, in my opinion, driving a car is a luxury. And if you're forced to drive a car because of your situation, that doesn't mean it's not a luxury. It just means that the public transit network in your area is inadequate and should be expanded. But a personal transport is a luxury, in my opinion. You shouldn't be relying on your car, or required to have one to get places. Rain. Ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the venturing? Rolling the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. I've got something to show me. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? That's a bad idea. I'll give you some of the stuff at the stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? It's for an Alamegan soldier in Quarry Mill? So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod his needs in. Oh, don't worry your a little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Public transport here is shitty mostly. I mean, truth be told, you still managed to get to work by bus, don't you? You probably need to ride a long time, but you don't need a car. No car? Oh. I thought you said you rode, you did bus rides. Maybe that was a few months back or something. One of those words is... Oh, you did bus rides to go to your grandpa. I see. Oh, you work for your grandma? Neat. Ah, it is well to see you've returned. Have you the medicine for a brother? Yep, right here. God bless you, adventurer. I see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him. Trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend.
Is this better? No. Money, please. The adventurer, Galleon has gone missing. It's nowhere to be found. He should be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like is like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him as quickly. Start by asking her brother. Might be as the woman seen something. Yeah, no money? Ah. Only experience and lots of stress. I'm sorry. You should get paid, in my opinion. Money good? Ah, finally. It's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. This is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blasted. Would that I'd known what he was thinking. I'd stopped this folly myself. I love Galleon bears. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong. He's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Out in the wilds alone? The fool! That's been that great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Galleon! Hopefully money one day. I'll just get another job. Yeah. I remember this. Watch out, a goblin. No. Does the goblin have a little knife? He does. Look at the tiny knife. Ah. What do you have there? A knife! No! Hi, Galleon. Cutscene. Galleon! Captain, but why? It should all be on your way. What do you take us for? We are Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, goddammit. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We set foot on Alamegan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, don't even think that you get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing, you wish you didn't find you. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Quarry Mill. Not Cree. Yes, yes! It's perfect. It's the tiniest knife. It's so good. Small knife. Today is the first part of the Metal Gear video. You died? Yes. Doctor! I was literally about to ask, is Doctor in that one? Because I've watched them too many times and I don't remember what joke is in which video.
Does the first video already get... No, it must. If Doctor is in there, it probably goes to Monsas Battle Bus. So I think that's about where it leaves off to. Galen's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take on the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. True. Oh, we already level 27. We're making progress, Pog. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask me of anything, and it's yours. As long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo? That's all? Far be it from me to question desires, of course. Very well, I'll provide you with a letter to show Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. Did I forget to... I did. I'm stupid. But if Doctor, turn off my cringe inhibitors, is in that one, then surely Monsoon of the Sassy Imposters is too. He looks like imposter among us. Editing is fantastic. Yes, I know. The editing is literally the best editing I have ever seen on any, like, fast-paced video. Like, what is this? How? I mean, granted, he probably spent, like, half a month on that, but... I mean, he spent 4 days on the Monsoon fight alone. What I commend the most about these videos is the excellent use of the Taco Bell sound effect. Oh, by the way, I want you to know that in the actual, real English dub of the game, the Doctor is German, and he literally says, "Ich liebe Kapitalismus," which just, he says, "I love capitalism" in German. In the English dub of the real game. This is not a joke. The game might be, we don't know. Metal Gear Rising is a fucking masterpiece. It is so good. Capitalism. But that is, by the way, that line is where all the credit card debt jokes come from. And of course, memes. The DNA of the soul is actually a line from the game. Maxor did not make that one up. Memes. The DNA of the soul. They are our culture. Fuck. They made Twitter into a plot point. That game is so done. Yes, yes, that is actually in the game. Do it, play it. Metal Gear Rising is a game. I mean the music. The music of Metal Gear Rising is just bangers, back to back. Just banger after banger. It is so fucking good. I cannot. But the plot is trash. It is unironically the best soundtrack with like the worst plot. He isn't actually Obama. That was a joke. He is the vice president of Kenya or something. It's very obscure. I don't know who he is. Like he dies in literally the beginning of the game. He's some prime minister or something, but I don't think he's actually Obama. Then again, I don't know. He might be Obama, but just not be Obama because, like, threatening to kill the president of the United States in a video game is probably not the best move to get your game published in the US. I think my already the video starts out so fucking strong with Metal Gear Revengeance is not a word in the English dictionary. Yes. Because it's not a word in the English language. You are correct.
Why have you returned? You're not welcome here. Thought I made that clear.
Have letter.
Boop. You spoke with Meffred. It's been so long since I last heard from him. I'd feared him dead. 12 be praised.
However you are, Meffred sees you as a friend. And any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know this masked stranger you seek. I will tell you what I can. Pog. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Amigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young lads have been meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts, but they are not likely to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may feel obliged to talk.
Revengeance, yes. Gundabald sent you. Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say to start with? You can throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it? Masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Oh, by the way, Kakyuin, I don't know, like, I'm sure in the video you did take notice of Rules of Nature, which is the song that happens when you cut through the giant robot with your sword. So the vocalist for that song happens to be in this game.
he is the voice actor of Rauban. We do have Rules of Nature guy in this game. And because they happened to hire him for this game, a bit later, he also did vocal work for this game. And you better believe that he has range. Holy shit, he is good. I don't think he is Rauban for the entire game. I think that they switched voice actors somewhere midway through a Realm Reborn patch content. They did that with a lot of characters. But he, if I remember correctly, he is Rauban for at least all of 2.0. So, yeah. That is... lovely. There's a bunch been talking about right suspicious. Like, I've got nothing to do with him. And no trouble when I see it, and that's there's trouble. Mark me words. Okay. Siegfried. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have. But I'll be sure to tell all my friends you're looking for him. But yeah, so the vocalist's name, by the way, is Jason Miller. Who is just so good. He's sometimes also credited as Jason C. Miller, so C. dot, the single letter, for his second name. So if you see Jason Miller or Jason C. Miller credited in almost anything as either a vocalist or as a voice actor, that is probably him. He's good. I really like him. I really, really do. He is amazing. He probably will make me watch some anime in English dub. Because he's in a few very good roles. I love this guy. Okay. So you have indeed confirmed her suspicions about a masked man. A man that is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know for it. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wildred. That's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you won over Gunderbold, and wants a word with you. Say he'll be waiting over the craggy area north of here. Yes. That area. I remember. Will dread die, you will, dread. Come on. Stop getting me stuck everywhere. Hi, Willard. Thank you for coming, friend. It is no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. So I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you? Someone else? Curl got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meeting ends here. Get him! Oh no! Oh no! They will die. This was a bad idea on your part. I'm 7 levels above them. This was not a good plan. Welcome back. So we have been lured into the most obvious trap of all time by this guy. Good day. Won't let you follow plan. But I did. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Bye, Wildred. Oh my god, the setup this is. You have no idea. Okay, so one thing I want to make abundantly clear. If you play it for the first time, A Realm Reborn can seem loose, disconnected, kind of boring. You just kind of go from place to place, and you talk to all these people, and then you never talk to them again, and it takes until like level 35 until the main story gets going, and you finally get some continuity. Like, from level 35, everything is basically a direct result of your actions before. Level 35 is where you fight the next primal, and then you immediately go into preparation for the next primal after. I just want you to know, Kakirin, that there isn't a single part of this game's story, that doesn't lead anywhere in the end. What we are doing right here is set up for an event that got patched into the game 4 years after this happened, after this was available. It is all set up. This is a big... Treat Final Fantasy XIV as if it was a long-running anime. All good stories that know they have time spend a while just setting up for later. Final Fantasy XIV is your One Piece. It's your Dragon Ball. Your fairy tale, whatever. Black Clover, to name a more recent show. Or My Hero Academia, even. All those shows, they spent their first 30 to 50 episodes just setting up characters, setting up places, introducing you to the world, to the magic system, to how it works, to government structures, to conflict on a local, interpersonal, and global scale. And this is the same thing that's going on in the first 35 levels of Final Fantasy XIV. When they started making this, they were expecting to make it for at least 10 years. And yes, that they make you suffer. You're absolutely correct. Square Enix actually lost a lawsuit and had to put trigger warnings on Endwalker in Japan. I will not tell you why, but you will know why once we get there. They actually have a depression trigger warning on the final expansion. In Japan. So yeah. This game, yes. Trauma pancake. Oh, you have no idea. Final Fantasy XIV is the greatest. It's the greatest experience I've ever had. It is Pog. Poggers, even. Attacked bewildered and his cronies, and that they would go to such lengths for the sake of the plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are likely to harm others. After themselves, must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Madness. Madness? No, this is Sparta! I don't know. Big Trouble in Little Island. Fuck. The quest names are great. Wildred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald, Berlina, God's preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to the hideout. The whole while they laughed at me. They said I suffer because I cling on to hope. It is wrong to dream of hope. Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not eat such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. Those villains will answer to their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wildred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Berlina. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones are making of this. I fear they may do something rash. Ascertain the young one's stuff. Hello? Is there any young person I can talk to? Okay, over here. I bet I will find evidence of the young ones scheming. Hi, Wildred. Hey, want to tell me what you're doing before I bash your face in again? Almighty Ralga, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength, and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have crystals, the enemy will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. The crystals? Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Bad. Badge, even. Oh no. Hello? No? Riled lass. What those animals did to Berlina is unforgivable. Do they think they look... And to think they look out down to us? Well, I suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wildred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid to feel lizards. Hello, evidence. Are you here? Hello? No. Maybe back up. Maybe I missed something. Oh yeah, there's a person there I can talk to. Hello, sir. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low. To change the world for the better. Might as be as Gundabald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave. But I'll be damned I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map? I think that's right, yes. I don't like this place because you're never here, so I never got used to the layout. And I always get lost. Ha. Hello. Gone. The whole lot of them. That it is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hand. What exactly is it they mean to do? Hunting knife. Map. What is this? A hunting knife and a map of Sunrak? What? You said Wildred spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded at all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Yamaja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yards of the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, we might yet find them before it's too late. They're headed east. If we hurry, we might... oh, I already read that. Gundabald, however, proceeds to not move. So it is all up to the Bnuuuuuuuy. Which is me. This should do. Hello. Oh, nice. Solo duty. Wildred, did no others survive? This is all wrong. The crystals were supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim a homeland. We were... Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Ralga, to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. Plotted to sneak into Sunrak to make off with the lizardsman Kirsch. But they slaughtered us, and so many dead gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. Hello. I regret the young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their fallings, they are the hope of the Alamegan people. This hope I will guard with my life. And me too. Hello. Oh, that's the boss, okay. No, come on. Die already. Haha! Oh, more death. Good. Perfect. Dying. Fools. Dying fools. Oh no! People are actually dying. Oh no. Dead NPCs. Not good. Da 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 da. Oh no, I'm blind. So the blind status only affects physical attacks, so this does nothing to me. Blind basically only makes your auto attack miss. That's all it does. It is not really scary to a caster. Your skills at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths should learn much from a man like you. Bnuuuuuuuy. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait, I've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Mildred? Do you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is this what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The masterman told us we would defeat the Empire if we summoned Raga. He swore... Enough! I will hear the rest of your sorry tale back at Little Alamigo. I dare say Rain will wish to hear it as well. Yes, I'm actually here. I'm actually here specifically because of the Ashian who told you how to do this. Or the Ashian, how Minfilia prefers to say it in this version of the game. Minfilia! She's pretty useless. Minfilia, okay, so people have a grudge against Minfilia because she basically is the Princess Peach character of the game. She never does anything. There is not one scene in the entire game where she herself fights. I'm pretty sure they even made her a crafter or something. Like, all characters in the game, everyone, needs to have a weapon equipped. the game cannot handle characters without a weapon. It will literally crash. Because that's how the game is coded. The game knows what subtype of character a character is based on the weapon in their equip slot. That is why every NPC also has a weapon equipped. But the NPCs that are not supposed to be fighters have their weapon hidden. And I don't remember completely, but no weapon? Mega Man meme, yes. But I think Minfilia has a tool in that slot. Like crafting classes and battle classes look the same to the base systems. You decide your crafting class based on the equipped weapon, and you get your skills based on what class you are and what level. So some NPCs don't have weapons; they actually have tools, because that is a valid equipment in the weapon slot that will give you a class. And yeah, I think Minfilia is the fucking no. I think a culinarian or something. in like her base state in the hideout, in the solar. Which is kind of funny. No more lies, Wildred. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others. He appeared at the masked stranger. He told us summoning Ralga about using crystals, and then she just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could rise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have. I should have known. There's no solution, nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wildred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, our amigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe this to the adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. I could turn my face back on. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. It's fine, it happens to the best of us. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you are there. Little amigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Would that we had more information to offer, but that what Wildred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, this man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. So, if our suspicions are correct, La Habrea, the Ashian we encountered several times now, is going around and teaching people how to summon primals, knowing full well that summoning a primal will make you tempered. So, whatever these Ashians are planning, it seems to have something to do with summoning primals. Interesting. I wonder if they taught every beast tribe how to summon primals. And the whole primal problem is actually their plan for something. But I doubt they're in it just to cause chaos, you know? Hi, Thancred. Unlike some stories, I believe that this story every action has a reason behind it. A greater plan, a greater desire. No organization, no group of people, and barely any single person would cause havoc just for the fun of it, I guess. Welcome back, Rain. I'm reliably informed the investigation you took to Quarry Mill a little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Brea? Yeah, he seems to teach people how to summon primals. Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds? Precisely the kind of deceptions the Assassins would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. You must need delve deeper into this. While things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did he say something? Wait, that's a horror movie quote, right? All work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy is from Psycho. It is what the main villain of the movie says before he X's a bathroom door open. Tataru, are you alright? Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Run. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. While we were tending new business in Talalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our new friends the Zilfs. An individual fitting La Habre's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habre's trail once more. Norexia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her, and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Rain. Oh, you know, Kakun, another thing about Minfilia that doesn't quite add up. People who haven't played 1.0 don't know this, but Minfilia actually grew up on the streets. She is a street urchin. And it makes no sense that she speaks so nobly, so highbrow, for a person who grew up on the streets. And I think we're never given a reason why she speaks like this. It's not like she grew up like this. Look, there's the character that will never appear in any plotline ever again. He will just stand here, irrelevant, until the end of time. Or maybe not. Maybe they remove him even. Like, this space changes every once in a while. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One. Then heed this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Melred had an encounter with a scary Masked One. The Masked One is most certainly a Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with the Digging One in Medred. Digging One is to be found at Foreground Float in the North Shroud. Alright. Sounds good. North Shroud. We haven't been to many shrouds. Oh, that's the one that's blocked off. Yeah, no. Ah, no. Okay, so, quick tip. Once you get here, Karkin, Gridania might seem like the faster option. But if I'm like... No, wait, hold on. Central Shroud might seem like the faster option. That way makes more sense. But you can faintly see it here. This part, right here, is elevated. And this entire elevated area is level 45. You want to go through Gridania to get there. Because the other path is not a good idea. For the same reason also, the exit to that part of Central Shroud from Gridania, this one, is actually blocked off until you reach a certain level. Because, again, that area is level 40-something. It's pretty high level. I wouldn't advise you to go there. Is that even? No. There's a Druid Guild. Who wants to go there? Who would want to play a Druid? No one. Especially not a certain person in a past life. A certain snake. But yeah, you want to go through North Shroud through Gridania the first time you enter. Wait, is Gerald here? Gerald! Is he here already? Oh, I wonder if I can enter Hecatl. I don't think I can. We probably need to go back here later anyway. So I might as well tag the Chocobo Keep. If you talk to a Chocobo Keep, you add their location to your Chocobo quick travel thingy, which is useful. Is he here already? He is! Look at him. Look at the powerful man. Bane of my existence. I think I mentioned in a past stream that this game features weapons that behave like a quest. And the further you get the weapon quest, the stronger the weapon becomes. And at the end, you will eventually unlock the feature to decide the substats of the weapon completely freely. And it will also have the highest weapon level that is in the expansion. Which means this weapon is always the best weapon for your class. That guy is the relic weapon quest NPC. Not one of them. All of them. All 4 relic weapon quests that are in the game contain him. And you can rest assured that the Endwalker questline, once it releases, will have him in it too. He is the relic weapon guy. There's a reason for this. He's literally the best smith in the entire world. And that is why he does it. And there's also other reasons. Like being indebted to his vengeful ex, who happens to be the most powerful businesswoman in all of Eorzea. But details. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. Just only a matter of time before he comes for me. Just like he came for that poor old woman. Soothe. Gutsy. Pog. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true. But that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can't think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in my distance. A masked man garbed with a head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken in by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me she died. A gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, or come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? In that case, it will help you with in whatever way we can. Anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer murderous hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait. Have I been that bad? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least thing I can do to repay him for for comforting me. Pog. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims are found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple, though. But for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if we can find any proof of connecting them to the deaths? Why don't you just murder 3 of them to see if they had anything to do with it? Perfect. Imagine going like, there has been these weird, like, murders in the neighborhood. It might be wolves. Why don't you kill 3 of them and try to find out if it was? Have these people never heard of forensics? What is this? Yes. Death. I should not drop down here. Die. Bad. Actually, not a bird. This is actually a lizard. Die. Ta-da! I've done it. I am victorious. But yeah, this is the way of doing things. Just murder the animals to see if they are murderers. No? Well... Hello. You've already seen to this is. Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find or to suggest that the creatures are culprits? No, I actually don't know why I did this.
Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike this from a list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Ah, yes. The first instance of what? There's two? Seeing eye to winged eye. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest worsen Medred's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place at precisely in the same time as Medred's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without looking back once. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had mind to investigate. There's something else I heard about that death. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's this rumor going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her answer went to the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon, but I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock for a new one, bring back some of the fragments and give them, and I'll give them a gander. Wait. No, this is right. Using items on areas. Click. Golems. Golem. Balloon. Balloon. There's a bomb, not a balloon. Okay. Take this, put it here. Yeet! Humming crystal. Weird. But yeah, every once in a while, the main quest will split. And then you have to do both, in any order. Usually at the same time. Because who's got time for that? My destination. Surveying, surveying. Don't attack me, stupid lizard. Done. You are not an eyeball with wings. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Or maybe you are, who knows? Maybe you live here. The 6 dynamite webs, okay. Oh, I wish these were still good. 6! Holy shit.
Diamide webs used to be one of the most valuable crafting component in the entire game, because they were only obtainable by killing that type of creature, and you needed a metric fuck ton of them.
Must fucker too scared to go within 100 realms of the Rock of Friends, Rencor.
It has a name, but what's a vengeful spirit's dauntless adventurer like you? Enjoy.
Huh? Why, are these just your garden variety crystals? It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they are definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with a masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both her time and a perfectly good fire sense stick. Oh well. Monstrous bane might appeared, and you slew it? A creature had long been scourged upon the Fulground. Intentionally, I know. You've done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder. Was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Eyeball. Ooh. Hide me. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep, knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, take this as sorry business troubles. Take the sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a bane mite. But you and I were moments apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What more, our adventurer friend here has run in with a bane mite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball. Is that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, you're serious? But listen, mayhaps it's not as mysterious as you're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious, but then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims yet undiscovered. Hello? I do believe we are out of depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we are civilians. After all, good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I'm bound to know the truth, some things are best left unknown, lest you have forgotten it was the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. I shouldn't just cover out of note. You will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Oh, hello. Boop. Also, I will be smart this time. Hello, Mr. Etherite. Give me your juices. No. Yes. Good. Etherite juice. Golems. Where the fuck am I? I didn't know you could go there.
Let me through. Thank you. No! Floating eye! Oh no! Die! Thank you all. Mangled corpse. So that is called an Ahriman. They are a staple creature of Final Fantasy. They have appeared in almost all of them. Sometimes as a generic enemy, sometimes as a boss. But they are a staple of the series. And you are expected to see one or two of them in your lifetime. If you play Final Fantasy games. Oh, whoops, that's not where I want to go. I want to go to the guardhouse. Hello. That's also not the guardhouse. I'm bad at map, apparently. This is where I want to be. Hello. I have corpse. Greetings, adventurers. Is there aught I might assist you with? Ah, yes. Corpses always have a lily, a Nymea lily as the icon. Also, please don't ask how I fit a corpse in my backpack. Gods be good. Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Honestly, do you want to get used to it? Strange identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball, in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end? One can say. The victim have been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with the lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I hope this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Level up! Finally, Fire 3. Ah, it's been so long. That is the bestest of spells. Also, I really need to sort this. I kinda want this somewhere I can access it. This can live here, sure. I want that space to be free. Dot on 5, why not? I don't need mana ward on hotkey. Blizzard 2 is fine as well. I think this will work for now. I would have you hold onto the lily button. We'll needed to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. I might make a suggestion. You may wish to take the button to Gridania and have examined by Bnuuuuuuuy. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Okay, so I reckon I should do this quest, shouldn't I? Right? Right, okay. Doing this quest will unlock Blizzard 3, which will then complete my combo. And again, we have managed to do about 4 levels of content in one stream. It's about a level an hour. This will not keep up. I can tell you now that once we hit level 50, this will change. Because there's 5 patches worth of content at level 50. It has already been brought down in stuff. Good morrow to see you, Rain. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer in an old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than begin with Bernadette over by the Aetheryte Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes on that one. But yeah, I will elect to do the class quest when we have to enter a dungeon. Because I don't reckon I will 100% need this ability before then. But it will unlock the base rotation of Black Mage for all levels. Up until now, I could only have 2 stacks of Umbral Ice and Astral Fire. Now, with this level up, I can have 3 stacks. And if you cast Fire 3 or Blizzard 3, while you have 3 stacks of the opposite element, you will be granted 3 stacks of the spell's element. So if you cast Fire 3 while you have 3 stacks of Umbral Ice, you will instantly receive 3 stacks of Astral Fire. And the other way around too. With the added bonus of both spells being completely free, in terms of mana cost, in the opposite stance. So this replaces, for most intents and purposes, the spell that I've been using to convert between Astral Fire and Umbral Ice when I ran out of mana or was full on mana. Because casting a normal fire spell during ice or casting a normal ice spell during fire will just reset me to no stacks. It will not grant me a stack on first cast. But this will grant me 4 stacks, which is amazing. The reason why you want this is because having Astral Fire stacks actually increases the damage of your fire spells. So that is the whole like base idea of Black Mage. You throw out fire spells until you are out of mana, and then you switch to ice, cast a thunder spell to apply the dot, cast something until your mana is full, which will take 9 seconds, 3 server ticks, from 0 to fill all the way up. And then you instantly go back for no cost to full fire stacks and do the whole thing from the beginning again. And that's your basic combo. It is, however, not worth to cast Fire 3 at 3 stacks of Umbral Fire, because it is actually mana-wise too expensive compared to just casting regular fire a couple of times. So that's usually what you do until around about level 70, I think. That's how your rotation looks. Level 50 and 60 add like 1 or 2 spells in the ice phase. And then at level 70 it was, I think, where you get your Fire 4 and Ice Blizzard 4. Which will replace fire 1 and whatever you do for passing time in the ice phase of your rotation by just casting those, which don't refresh your timer, so it makes your rotation a bit more complicated. They cost mana, but they don't refresh the timer on Astral Fire or Umbral Ice, which is another thing you have to watch out for then. To not cast them too often as you don't want your timer to run out. Because then you will lose your stacks. Anyway, tiny, small Black Mage tutorial. Also, do your class quests. You don't want to miss any of your abilities. They are usually good. Small. Yeah. Need help tracking down the owner of a button. That is certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Button. Seems to be some manner of decorative button. Reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though. I cannot claim I know the sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridania, who knows? It would be Saint Gold, over the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens' forename and basis. All of them? Wow. I barely know, like, 50 people on a first name basis. Kakuin, official art. Nice. Very good. Happy Hero. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. You know what? You know what, Kakuin? In celebration of the official Kakuin art, I will gift you a free Rero. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it did play. Okay. I didn't hear it. I think my audio on OBS glitched out again. I'll fix it later. You did hear it, though. I checked. Hello? Oh, Lancer Guild. This is the Archer Guild. I'm lost. Yeah. But yeah, you have been gifted a free Rero to celebrate this occasion. For I, as obviously a powerful serpent, have infinite channel points that have yet to be rebranded. I should do some channel branding too for the... if I do manage to debut on the 14th, I should make sure that I finish my channel branding. I don't have sub badges. Ah well. Ah well. I have an idea for sub badges though. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Yeah, but I'm a feathered snake, you know? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's ward, northwest of here. Wait, the memory comes to me. Of late there's been a man who's perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Oh my god. Perfect. No, I have an idea for sub badges, actually. What I need is a... yeah, but... Oh, right, you're probably thinking of channel points too. I'm silly, hello. I'm smartened. But yeah. So sub badges you don't need to worry your cute little cartoon head about. But yeah, channel points I have no idea. Doctor, turn off my neurons. No. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Guys, the sigil of the Darton family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer fear ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I forgot to turn on my face again. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Darton Co's. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with life, death may well have been a kind of fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused our company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. Queer in the archaic sense of the word, meaning strange, unusual. She didn't receive gay people. I mean, maybe she did, but that isn't the point in the story. None among us. Fuck me. I hate it. I cannot read out Among Us. Get out of my brain. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain that which she had lost, so began the rites of rejuvenation. The ritual seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hauke Manor, my home for nigh of half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever. I endeavoured to put the matter behind me, indeed. I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, unless more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore me you would. She awaits you at Hauke Manor, at the western edge of the central shroud. Now go and do what must be done. Sneaks. Yeah. We could also go with runes based on the runic pattern that is supposed to be on my shoulders, but isn't. That's not a criticism, though. Like, I know that the reference I gave you didn't have them either. I did mention them in passing, but yeah. There only actually is there actually is very little art of my snake self drawn properly with all features. But yeah, again, I am well aware that you haven't had a lot of reliable material, hence why I haven't brought it up until right now. You know, like, if I really was worried about it, I wouldn't have brought it up like 4 artworks in. So no, I'm not too worried about it. Let me through, gatekeep. Okay. I'm not allowed to go in yet. Cool. I think the only way to actually get through there is by harmonizing everything, then teleporting through the gate. But I don't want to do that. So I will teleport somewhere else instead. But yeah, the thing is, I'm not happy with the name Runes, because it's not technically runes. It is actually... it is actually like... I want to say cybernetic for the ease of the concept, but that's also wrong. Let's go with cybernetic, because that way how they are put there is easier to understand. But they are like enhancements based on a type of, in Final Fantasy words, magitech, like arcane technology that exists in my world. And that is what they are. They have runic patterns for a reason, because they are akin to what you call runes in this world. But they aren't like the same thing. They aren't just paint. The material is also important. A floating eye? Oh no. So welcome to the random creepy mansion that is here. Ta-da! That's a dungeon. But we will do this dungeon, and subsequently also this quest, which I will teleport to now, so I don't forget to do it, because it will unlock a skill, and I want to do it before I enter a dungeon, next time. I don't think I'll even get that skill in the dungeon, though. Hold up. Dungeons only have... I will be level 30 in that dungeon, at most. Maybe even just 29. Dungeons have weird level caps. I don't think I will be level 35. So I won't even get the skill in the dungeon. Great. I will get it anyway. Because I want it. That is the correct way to the old teacher. But that is not where I'm going. I am going to the new teacher, which is over there. Yeah, so one thing you need to adjust to is that based on what class you play, your class teacher might move. Maybe. I like offerings. I could go with an offering or two. I don't know what would be good though. Anyway, I will log out here. Hello. I think this is a good place, like right here. Yes. Okay. Boop. Pizza and a bubble yogurt. Yes. I will take those. Like, you'll get at least a hug out of me for those. Maybe even 2 hugs. And a pet. if your bargaining is good. Ah. Okay. Stretch. Well then, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I will see you tomorrow for new game, probably. If I can decide on what that will be. Again, I have a few options. But I'll see if I want to go through with any of those. One of them involves buying a game. So yeah. But I will decide about that until tomorrow at 6 p.m. European time. And yeah. Good night.